to the first story of today. Now, Glorilla was feeling herself, and she went on her Instagram live and made a statement that we want to talk about. Let's play the video, and we'll get your reaction.
About, oh yeah, cause y'all had so much to say, cause I previewed a and I was dancing to my son holding my titties. Don't worry about what me and my titties doing, bitch. Ballin'. Tell me some. Oh, the label is making Glorilla do this. Label that made me do.
They make
be
her
a
do
hoe.
a goddamn thing.
Gotta say, a hoe gonna be a hoe, regardless.
Ain't got nothing to do with the label doing.
Y'all just be swearing. Like, do like everything I do, I be wanting to do it. Like, y'all gotta learn how to just mind your business sometimes. Yeah, Glorilla just trying to do this. Glorilla trying to get some hoes. That's what I'm trying to do. You, what's that say? I'm looking for the hoe. Bo's a third trap. What's up? Where the That's what that about. It ain't about no label making me do shit. It's about me looking for some hoes. So, if you a hoe and you want me, damn me.
Quietly, guys. Quietly.
I just had to lay it out there because y'all always thought, oh yeah, they trying to over sexualize Flo like she was such a tomboy. I was a tomboy when I ain't had no titties. I got titties now.
Man, where the hoes at? Where the hoes at?
Right in front of that camera. She said she wanted to be. Man, okay, so look, not as cynical as we thought. And we were talking about it. And I can't help but to think, I don't know if she was talking about us in particular, but what I do know is we were one of the first platforms to bring this shit up. One of the very first platforms to bring this up, to speak about how Glorilla kind of went from being this edgy, tomboyish, talented ass artist to kind of going and conforming to what we typically see out here with our female hip hop artists is less lyrics, more ass and titty shaking, less talent, more stripping, less, you know what I mean, content, more hoeing. And that's what Glorilla basically said, that nobody made her do it. No, she's doing it herself. And this is where I think that now these people that wanted us to be looked at under this image can just sit back with their hands up and enjoy the show, put their feet up and enjoy the show, kind of like the police when they listen to drill rap or when they see somebody just committing a crime. They ain't got to go nowhere. They don't even have to work anymore. We're doing the work for them. Okay, so I got it. I'm good. Glorilla said she did not, the industry didn't make her do shit. Hoes are going to be hoes. That came out of her mouth. A hoe's going to be a hoe. I'm looking for hoes. I wasn't being a hoe because I didn't have titties. Now I do, so I'm going to do exactly what I want to do, which is less lyrics, more hoeing. This is where we at in hip-hop, dog.
Yeah, and you know, I think, see, when we talked about it before, we talked about the whole aspect, you know, of things being on autopilot right now. Like when the industry, you know, force certain women to change their image and become more over-sexualized, it will birth women coming out just wanting to do it now because they know that that is, you know, the model, you know, or the prototype of success is to do this. Like, I better come out, I better have the body, I better have the look, I better turn around and shake my behind on the camera. Damn the lyrics. As long as I got the body, as long as I can, you know, shake my ass, I'm going to be, you know, good in this industry. And it seems like the ones that kind of don't do that kind of get pushed to the shelf. So I just think it's ignorant. And then I look at, you know, even an aspect of her demographic, which I'm sure is very young people, and they get to look at her, you know, which I'm going to say this. I like some of Glorilla's music, honestly.
Talented.
I'm not going to lie. The shit be knocking.
She's a talented woman.
Right? But the message, and I don't know if these people care or what, the message that they send to the young kids is, I'm just trying to be a hoe.
Yep.
Go out there and be a hoe. Hoe it up. Forget these niggas. You know what I mean? I'm out here doing my thing. And how could that at all, any way, be positive on the influence of a young woman, a young girl? Guys, you might not have a daughter yourself that's of that age. You may have a niece, a nephew, a cousin that's being affected by this trash-ass message. So somebody got to do it. I hate to be the one to keep doing this, but shit, we'll be the sacrificial lambs, the one that keep putting this shit in front of your face saying, okay, this is the issue, this is the problem. So the label ain't even making you do it. You're doing it on your own because you seen that this was the path of success for so many different female artists that it's like, shit, I'm just going to do it on my own. I think it's sad, man, and it shows, that these artists probably, I'm not gonna speak for them all, but most of them really just don't care. It's about that money. Give me the money. I don't care about y'all ends, and that's the destructive mentality, man.
You said something that made me think of a conversation we had maybe last week sometime about Sexy Red and her lip gloss line. When you said who is Glorilla influencing, who is her demographic that she's influencing, it kind of goes along the lines of who and what demographic Sexy Red was kind of appealing to, because it's pretty much one and the same. Somebody left a comment on that video, I think kind of applies to now. I want to get your thoughts on it.
Yeah.
They said, I blame the parents. All right, Sexy Red, and I'm assuming other artists, have the right to put out whatever material they want. It's the parents' job to install morals. Shout out to the person that dropped that comment.
Yeah.
But what's your thoughts on that?
It's right. You can't argue with it, but in particular, I'll just talk about, the black community. A lot of the times we lack the certain role models that we should have, like the structure that me and you came up in. A lot of black families don't come up in that structure, strong grandparents, strong aunts, uncles, that family, that village there to make sure, like, we couldn't go out on the streets if we wanted to. This wasn't going to happen. We was going to get our necks broken. We wasn't going to be influenced. We could see the stuff on TV. I used to listen to hip-hop.
Yeah.
You listen to hip-hop.
Yeah.
I listen to all the ratchetry, but no way I was going to do none of that shit like that.
The fucked up movies and Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society, all that.
Right, because I had a father in the house that just wasn't going to accept it. So if you're devoid of that, if it's just, let's say, a single mother, which a lot of our households are, and not a lot of positive role models, that single mother, she may be working 2 or 3 jobs, so she can't really be that rock. The schools ain't really helping. The role models ain't really helping. That's supposed to be around, or the aunts and uncles. It's a broken family structure, so it makes them more accessible to these artists and these rappers. And since everybody puts them up on the pedestal like they're the damn gods of the black community, the people that we should listen to, these are the people that got a lot of influence in the community. If it wasn't the case, then these companies wouldn't be promoting all their products with these people. Look at where the people, what things are getting promoted. That's what shows you what the influence is, because they're making money off this shit. Liquor companies, clothing companies, Fashion Novas, all these different things. They're putting them behind these artists because they have influence and they raise the bottom line and they raise the dollar. So you could say that, the parents definitely need to be there, but in a weakened structure, in a weakened family structure, it's a vulnerability.
100%. And even with our structure, right? Because you highlighted it, and you're 100% fact. As strong as a family structure we had, when button downs were popping, we was wearing button downs. When fitteds were dope, we was rocking fitteds.
Right.
When the culture dictated a new trend, we followed that trend. As good of parenting as we had, even though I promise you our parents didn't know exactly what the fuck was going on all the time.
Right.
Let me also say this. I'm sure that there's a ton of men and women behind bars right now who had great parents. Not every person is going to listen to what the parents tell them to do, unfortunately. There could be parents laying down the law telling them every single thing to do, but at the end of the day, these people are going to do what they do. And when we live in a generation now where a lot of the world is ran by this, and when kids are bringing these to school, and when parents are going to sleep, this is still in their hand, it's far more than just the parents. We can't just put it all on the parents. Go ahead, bro.
And also, a good point, because we see when we seen the little Kims and the sexy shit, we saw it in the Source magazine. We didn't have the opportunity to see these people every day on social media marketed in our face. Every time, you scroll, somebody shaking their ass. Every time, you could have a 10-year-old, 13-year-old girl that's looking on one of these stories and they leaking a nude or some wild shit like that. See, that didn't happen in our day. It was magazines.
Right.
So, like you said, it's so accessible now that they're being controlled by this, and these artists are in that face all day on their Instagram promoting nonsense.
Yep.
So, that's a good-ass point, man.
It's just, it's too much of it. It's too easy of an excuse to just blame the parents in 2024. There's good parents out here doing what they're supposed to do, and what they supposed to not get their kids a cell phone. I'm saying, I'm not talking about a 9-year-old. I'm talking about a 15, 16-year-old who's in school, who may be doing sports, who may be doing this, whatever the case, got to communicate. They got a phone. They got access to everything. They could you imagine, bro, in 97, 98, watching Lil' Kim or watching Lisa Ray or watching one of the Janet Jackson
Right.
And then being able to go subscribe to their OnlyFans?
Right.
Nigga. My God.
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It's crazy out here now. Man.
The accountability needs to go everywhere.
Facts.
We can't just say, "Oh, they could do." No, they can't do what the hell they want. They should be banished. They should be boycotted. We should be like, "No, if you want to lead our youth astray, we're not effing with you." Like, what other race of people is going to stand for their race being attacked by people inside their race and leading their youth down, a path of death and destruction? What other people are going to tolerate that except us? We think everything that's destructive is cool. No, it's not cool.
Nope.
I mean, look at the times. We can go back to to your Bob Marley, your Lauryn Hills, and all these different rap. Look at the message that they were putting out, the uplifting message in the community, even back like the 60s and 70s. It was a little bit different then.
Yeah.
Love the people, lift up the people, all this shit. It was different, bro.
Yep.
So music has an effect. You can't sit up here and say that music don't have an effect. It's been proven scientifically that music influences and changes your mood.
And all they doing now is putting beats behind stripping, beats behind drug use, beat behind bullshit. So they got us bopping, and what they got us watching, nonsense.
Yeah.
Nonsense. Look, if Glorilla wants to get breast enhancements, if Glorilla wanted to get ass enhancements, if Glorilla wanted to do whatever she wanted with her body, that's fine. But why did that have to overshadow now your music? Why did that have to become more important than your music? Because that's what it's become. Now it ain't about what the record you put out. It's about what TikTok trend you about to shake your ass to or grab your titties to next. And that's what the kids want to see. That's what the kids are copying. They don't know your lyrics unless you're doing this with it. Unless you're grabbing your crotch and doing this. And then the men, look, 13, 14-year-old boys out here, hungry wolves. They bussing. So.
Be a hoe. She said, "Go, I'm trying to be a hoe.
I'm
looking for hoes. I'm trying to be a hoe. Hoes gonna be hoes." All right. 13-year-old girl here that